I always find joy whenever I have the opportunity na mag-share sa mga kabataan. It's a business. Kailangan mo ng kapital. Hindi pwede basta pagka-graduate nyo dito, diretso kayo kaagad maging social entrepreneur. No. Yung aking future enterprise into agriculture productivity, community-based livelihood, access sa quality education, at saka biodiversity conservation. Okay. Now, hindi yan siya nangyari overnight. Okay. Ginusto mo yan sa nung time na bata ka pa. Mararamdaman mo yan kung meron kang passion to help. Okay. Every time na ito yung subject, huwag kayong magtaka kung maluluha ako because from childhood, alam ko kung saan ako mapunta. Okay. Pero kailangan ko lang ng time, resources, money. Hindi naman ko pinanganak ng mayaman. So kailangan ko mag-ipon. Okay. Because yung social enterprise is a business. Okay. For how many years? Nagtrabaho ako sa isang company. US-based company mo sa and to the point na 6 months hindi ako nagtrabaho. Okay, I just enjoyed what I have been missing all this time. Nag-garden ako sa bahay. Ang masaya doon yung mga kapatid ko kasi sobrang daming sometimes yung mga post stop muna are mga blessings na ipagpasalamat natin. Because those are the times na makakapag-isip tayo ng mabuti. So, in-outline ko yung talk ko about this class, for this class, sa journey of becoming a social enterprise. At kung saan ako ngayon is part of your collective experience kung ano ka. From childhood up to ngayon. And gagamitin ko yung siyang tool para doon sa journey ko becoming a social entrepreneur. Okay? Doon ko na-appreciate muna na tayong mga tao is, steward lang tayo ng kalikasan ng mundo. Okay? Wala tayong karapatan na sirain. Of course, dapat i-enhance pa, kagaya ng ginagawa nila ng engineer. Okay? Meron silang yung 3 P's, planet, profit, saka people. Okay? Hindi malayo, yun yung ginagawa namin. So, because hindi ko naman yung magkasama ko sa trabaho, hindi ko naman sila, mayroon sila kanya ng desisyon. Pero dahil ikaw isa sa mga leaders ng organization, na-influencean ko sila. Tinawagan ako ng Hope na they are opening another line of social enterprise nila, which is focused sa agriculture, particularly helping coconut farmers. Okay. So, I was hired as the program director ng Friends of Hope sa agriculture. For 3 years na contract ko yan, we started from scratch. Ito yung exposure ko ng totoong social enterprise. Okay. Ito yung training ko sa social enterprise. So, we help farmers increase their income, improve yung kanilang agricultural productivity. Mayroon din kami mga farmers na may kape, intercrop with coconut. I'm sure narinig niyo yung Friends of Hope na engineer about yung aming work sa community. Kung bibili ka ng Hope in a bottle, saan pupunta? Doon sa kanilang social purpose. For lahat ng profit, 100% ng profit ng Hope in a bottle, ginagawa nila ng classroom, public school classroom. Okay? Ang estimate natin dati, for every 500,000 na bottled water na nabibenta nila, that's equivalent to 1 classroom. Now, kayo, paano kayo tumulong? Pwede kayong tumulong sa maraming paraan. Yung choices natin mag-matter talaga. Choices in life, either yes or no, right or left, up or down. Okay, anong brand ng mineral water na bibilin mo? Merong impact yun. You have to determine that. Yung strategy, yung product, all 4 P's of marketing, na dadating na yan siya kapag alam mo kung saan ka, ano yung stand mo, ano yung passion mo. Okay, si Miss Nanette, clear ang passion niya. It's all about access to quality education. From now on, pwede niyong choice niyo ganun. Kahit na extra 5 pesos siguro mas mahal yung bottled water. Pero yung impact nun, okay, mas marami tayong natutulungan ng mga walang access sa quality education. We cannot talk about quality education kung ang classroom mo sira-sira. Okay. Ang problema talaga ngayon, katulad nung in-illustrate kanina ni Sir, bakit natin kailangan isipin yung planet, profit, at saka yung people? Because truthfully, nag-i-evolve sa tatlo na yun yung future ng ating planeta. Okay. So, while doing my PhD, ito yung maging pinakamalaking realization. People need to eat. Yung mga tao sa bukid, wala silang ibang source ng pagkain kundi mangasal. Okay. Sirain yung bukid, paakyat ng forest. Okay? Pero walang sustainability na nangyayari. So, ang pinaka nag-drive sa akin ngayon is how to influence yung mga tao na to take care of the forest, pero dapat meron kang concrete plan para sila mabuhay. Because they need to eat. Okay? Okay, ongoing ito siya. Ang area na to is home to natural habitat ng Philippine eagle at saka ang daming mga endangered na mga plant species at saka animal species. Now, ang worry ngayon is umaakyat yung mga community, yung mga tao, paakyat ng bukid. Okay, para for like source of livelihood. Okay? Tinatabas or pinuputol ng mga kahoy para magtanim, mais. Kasi source of livelihood nila yun. Hindi natin pwede i-question yun. Now, kami sa grupo namin, nag-create kami ng intervention para i-preserve kung anong kailangan i-preserve. Okay, itong Philippine Eagle. Okay, majestic Philippine Eagle. Pero sila yung king na wala ng halos kingdom. Bukol na yung mga forest. Ito, dapat may sustainable livelihood and community. So, isa sa mga projects naman namin ginagawa ngayon is nagpapatanim kami ng atsuete, anaton. Atsuete, direct buying kami. So, ang aming agroforestry na project sa kanila is a combination of native tree species at saka yung atsuete. Para sila na ngayon ay may source of income. They don't need na putulin ang puno sa bukid para meron silang source of livelihood. Okay. Kailangan mo siya ng holistic approach para protected ang yung forest, protected yung Philippine eagle, at the same time merong source of livelihood yung community. Yung mga tao doon, okay, sila na ngayon ang aming bantay bukas. Okay. So, to sum it up, okay, sa mapa, finish line, wala pa ako sa finish line. Okay. Pwede pa kayong makahabol, pwede nga tayong sabay. Okay. If you share the same passion, pwede ka mag-collaborate. Okay. Sa akin, hindi ako agad nagpatayo ng sarili kong social enterprise. Nag-join muna ako sa isa, doon sa person ko. Okay. Doon magandang training. Kasi you get to work yung discipline about corporate responsibility. Kasi business siya eh. Business siya. Alam mo yung accounting principles, alam mo yung marketing, alam mo yung patakbo ng business, okay? Staffing, human resource management. Okay? So it's a business. Then, ang end goal ko is, mag-ikot lang siya sa biodiversity conservation, creating opportunities para sa community, agricultural productivity at the same time. Hopefully, yung mga last mile na mga areas, papatayuan natin ng mga classroom. iniwan sa inyo ng mga notes dito. Ah, so, ito yung mga some importante na mga skills na sa tingin ko very critical sa isang social entrepreneur. Okay. Problem solving, strategic thinking, leadership, resource management, networking, financial literacy, marketing, impact measurement. No, pagbasahin mo yan, lahat ito, kahit na hindi social enterprise ang pag-usapan natin, kahit na business lang pag-usapan natin, it's the same discipline. Okay, it's the same discipline. Ang kailangan nyo lang dagdag dito is find kung ano yung passion niya. Kasi yun siya yung fuel ninyo to drive na maging successful ang inyong social enterprise. Okay. Good na you have formal education as an entrepreneur. Maganda yan. Because you will need that. Almost 90% ng discipline sa patakbo ng social enterprise. It's all about the business. Okay? So, ang social enterprise is making your passion maging kapakipakinabang sa majority or sa mga tao. While at the same time, ang reality is you need profit. Every opportunity, every time na meron kayong opportunity, take that experience. Kasi babakuin mo yan lahat. By the time na ready ka na magpatayo ng iyong sariling social enterprise. Okay? Next. So, okay. Sa ngayon, nandito ako sa Sensient Company. Natural colors and flavors naman ang company na ito. Okay. Pero ito siya iba because you get to work with smallholder farmers. Papatarin kami ng butterfly pea. Alam mo yung butterfly pea? Luternum. Okay? So, sa Mindanao, nasa 50 hectares na yan. And we're talking about 150 farmers. Okay. Every day, meron silang harvest, meron silang income. Kasi every day, namimigay ng bulak-bulak yung butterfly pea. So, kinokolekt yan nila, kami naman ang bumibili. So, ang maganda sa nangyari nito, sa model na to, is nawawala yung middleman. Okay? And ito yung pinakamalaking obstacle sa ating prosperity ng mga farmers. Yung need for them na makaawa sa mga middlemen. Okay? Why not buy their produce directly? Kasi mawawala yung top ng mga middlemen. Okay. I'm not against sa mga middlemen, but yun kasi yung natural na flow ng ating business, yung ating value chains. But kung meron kang opportunity, okay, create the opportunity na maging diretso si farmer sa iyo. Okay? So yun yung ginagawa namin. And yan yung ating pagiging line of social enterprise. Okay? Para ma-enjoy ng farmer ano ang totoong value ng binibili nilang binibenta nilang palay. Pagdating sa consumer, mas mura na ngayon ang palay, ang bigas. Okay? So, isa yun sa mga sentro kung ano yung magiging outlook ng ating social enterprise. Agricultural productivity, tulad kay Sir, kay Engineer, tutulungan din yung community, tapos access sa education, tapos tayo contribution. So, i-present ko sa inyo isa sa mga projects natin ngayon. Although corporate kami, ito yung pinasasalamatan ko sa isang company namin because I get to work on a special project yung helping the environment and the community.
Siguro po for us students, since we're taking this subject ngayon na social entrepreneurship and then we're in the process of making our own SPMC, siguro I assume na you have our own visions na sino yung gusto na yung matulungan. So my question would be, parang ano yung first step or how can we actualize our visions po na disregarding the fear na baka hindi maging successful yung visions?
Actually, it's the same formula as pagtayo ka ng business. Na-touch base kanina ni Sir yung sole proprietorship. Ito. So, kailangan mo lang siya intindihin. Ano yung difference niya sa normal na business. Okay. Clear goals. Clear goals, lahat naman ng ginagawa natin. Either hindi yan siya social enterprise or normal na negosyo. Kailangan mo ng clear goals. Okay. Sa social enterprise, kailangan mo ng investment. Hindi pwedeng stagnant ka. That's why you need to create profit, maximum profit. Okay. Para hindi lang sustainability ang ating pag-usapan, kung hindi, kailangan mo kasi siya mag-reinvest. Okay. So, take for example si Friends of Hope, yung bottled water nila. Nagsisimula that time, nakikisingit lang sila sa isang bottling company. Pero sa sariling brand nila yung label. Up until na lumaki yung business nila, they decided na bumili na lang sila ng sarili nilang paggawaan ng tubig. Okay. Because kung hindi sila nag-reinvest, kung hindi sila bumili ng sarili nilang planta, stagnant ang kanilang growth sa kanilang business. Okay. Kung ano lang yung kaya nilang i-produce nung nag-toll sa kanila na negosyo or nung planta, yun lang yung kaya nilang ibenta. Okay. Responsibility distribution. You need the right people to surround your business. Okay. So hopefully, people with the same passion kung anong gusto mo sa linya ng social entrepreneurship, sa social enterprise mo. And transparency. People will trust you more kung open ang books mo. Okay? Kung tama yung dinideclare mo ng tax. Okay? So transparency is all about transparency. Data-driven decision, pinaka-importante. Sa panahon ngayon, kung sino may hawak ng data, siya ang king. Okay? Nakita niyo ba yun? Nabasa niyo yung case study ni Amazon. Si Amazon, di ba, siya yung pinakamalaking e-commerce na company. And naging malaki si Amazon because of data. Data. Okay. Napakaganda, napakalaki ng kanilang database, ng kanilang network system sa computing. To the point na even US government nagkukontrata na with Amazon because of that data na meron sila. Adaptability, change or yung openness mo to change. Okay. You have to think every day as if merong bagong mutahe na pwede mong laruin, pwede mong gawin. Okay. That time yung experience si Sir na yung coffee dati para lang sa mga oldies. Ngayon iba ng panahon. Nandun na tayo sa pinakabata. Okay. Because times are changing. Okay? Kailangan mo mag-adapt. So pag-start, wala kang ibang gagawin kundi collect whatever passion kung anong meron ka. And then yung discipline of establishing the business, yun yung putahin mo. 80%, 10% siguro yung passion mo, 10% is all about luck. Okay? Yung panahon. Ay, sige pa.
I'm just so impressed by the sharing. Sir-Fred kanina said that it started becoming social media 45, no? And he just complimented it in saying that don't rush. And I think that's a beautiful message because it's really about knowing yourself, your passion, but more importantly, and I think you have shown this well, yung exposure mo with groups that are into it, and the experience somehow led you to appreciate social. I think that's for the rest of us, for the rest of don't rush into it. But, get a good exposure with Sir Fred, Sir Jordan, so, and other social entrepreneurs. The best way to really fall in love is to be involved and immersed with them. Instead of rushing after graduation to BDO or SM or corporate world, you can start learning how Civic Cat make those coffee. Or I think the entrepreneurial part is always about passion, learning from that passion in yourself, like sympathy, empathy for cats and dogs, the poor, farmers. I myself also found that in mountain climbing. Along the way, you see all these communities. I think the most important message that struck me is that you go through conversions in your life, and you go back to the memories of your learning in the past, college, and learning, because you pursue really ongoing education, which is the doctorate. Hirap yun. But I see that in my MBA and MBA students, that many of them were students in Utrecht who are now doing their own business while getting masters. I think that's part of it. So don't rush. Think about it. And I think this is something that we are blessed by your presence. And I hope we can impact some of them into considering this pathway, which is both rewarding and socially responsible endeavor.
Dagdagan ko lang yan ang sabi si Father. Especially na Gen Z, no? I observe yung mga graduates. Gusto nila malaking kita, gamay ang trabaho. Sabi yan.
Tama.
Real talk.
Working.
Real talk. Pero sinasabi ni Father kanina, don't be choosy in terms of pag passion mo yan, kahit malaki kung hindi yung field mo, what you gain there is the experience which will mold you, as said kanina, into the future. No? Kasi in the previous NGO that I worked with, I mean, not that 5 years, 10 years, ngayon, 6 months na lang, pag-prenatal, resign. I think yun yung pag-isipan nyo, consider nyo. I know that gusto talagang umangat ka agad, pero learn.
That concludes our question and answer portion. Now, before we formally end our session, we'd like to show you our appreciation for your time, dedication, and invaluable knowledge you shared with us. With that, we'd like to present to you the certificate of recognition.
My key takeaways about the discussion of Sir Jurgen is that as a shiftee from biology program and then shifted to entrepreneur, it is really amazing that through business we can make changes in preserving biodiversity and overall our environment. That's why his enterprise is really inspiring for me.
Sir Jordan's talk was very insightful and very inspiring at the same time as he shared his stories and his talk all about his journey to becoming a social entrepreneur. He shared how we students must not rush into become who we want to be in the future or etc. But as long as we have the passion or the drive to do or to pursue the things that we love.